welcome to the session. This is Sweta Roy, your English Master Teacher at Vedantu. Hope all of you are doing well, and today we will be starting with the one-shot revision of the chapter, The Fun They Had. I hope you've already visited. First of all, guys, please don't avoid reading the text. Okay, even if you're watching the one-shot revision, I would definitely recommend you to go through the text very thoroughly. All right, and then come for the one-shot revision. I hope you've understood the chapter when you had already visited the Umang series related to this particular chapter. Right, so let's begin with the one-shot revision wherein I'll be dealing with a few important questions. Okay, so we will be kind of revising the entire syllabus, entire chapter in one shot. Okay, so I hope it will be very, very helpful for all of you for the last moment revision, right? So I'll be beginning with a beautiful quote which is quite relevant to this particular chapter, and you can also utilize this quote in your answers when it comes to the value-based questions, you know, the 5 marks questions appropriately as the question is asked, right? So let us see what the quote is all about. Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important, right? So that is exactly what we will also find in this particular chapter, The Fun They Had, how Margie hates school. Now, why does she hate school? Not because of, she hates school because the teacher over there is mechanical, right? So kind of a replacement of the human teacher with the technical teacher, right? Or replacement of the teacher with technology. So what do you think? What is your opinion? Can humans be replaced by technology? So I will be, please do let me know this, right now in the chat box, and I will be asking you the same question at the end, and we will come to a conclusion, right? So now, let's begin. As you can see already, technology is just a tool. Okay, so we should treat, because it is the humans who have created the technology, right? Not the other way around. So of course it's very difficult to replace human beings with technology. If we try to do that, what will happen is what happened with Margie, right? So the human teacher is very important because there is a human touch. Because human being has the feelings. Okay, he would be motivating you, he would be guiding you. Right. Of course, technology has infinite knowledge. Maybe one teacher cannot have the subject knowledge of many subjects, and that can be there for technology. But the kind of motivation, the kind of human touch, the kind of guidance that a human teacher can give, the kind of empathy that the human teacher can give, the technological or the mechanical teacher cannot. Right, so let us move ahead, guys, with a short summary first of this chapter, and then we will be practicing some question answers so that you have a quick revision in one shot and one go. Okay, so the story is the setting of the story is futuristic. Okay, it opens with Margie, who's the main character. Okay, Margie is the main character. No, not the main. Yeah, she is the main character along with Tommy also. Both are important characters over here. So she was writing in a diary about an old book that Tommy had found. Okay, now Margie is reminded of a grandfather who had once talked about. Who had once talked about an actual school, okay, where the students were taught by human teachers. Okay, so what do you think, guys? Do you think that the school that Margie is right now going to, what is reality for Margie right now, and do you think that we are somehow coming to that point? What do you think about it? Do let me know, guys, in the chat box. However, Margie and Tommy lived in the future world. So 2157, that is the setting. Okay. But what do you think, guys? 2021. Don't you think we are also somehow, coming to that point where gradually technology is, we are more and more dependent on technology. So do you apprehend the same future for us? Do you think technology will one day replace human beings? And what do you think would be its effect, its impact? Can technology replace human beings? That's the question that constantly throughout the chapter is being reiterated, right? So when education was completely computerized, they did not go to school. So what kind of schools did Margie and Tommy go to? Study room. Okay, there was no special building like you go right now. So when the entire COVID situation happened, you kind of somehow had the same experience as Margie, right? How many of you had the same experience as Margie? So, of course, now when the schools are gradually opening, so we are kind of having some kind of relief. But yes, even when you are in the COVID situation, even when you were having the online classes, still there was a human being, right, associated with it. But here, what we see in this chapter is complete replacement of human being. Okay, so that is something which is very dangerous, right? The computer teacher was programmed and adjusted according to the needs of each child. Okay, so although the computer teacher was very programmed, very adjusted, the main question that we need to ask is the girl, are the students happy? Do they enjoy their learning? That is something that we need to ask. So just as in Vedantu, we have this banner, we have this tagline, "Samajh aayega to maza aayega." So don't you think the fun part is very very important when it comes to education? If you are not interested, if you do not feel interested in any particular topic, would you like to learn? And when you are disinterested in something, it will not go inside your head, no matter how much programmed teacher you have, how much a computer teacher, that means a mechanical teacher is programmed and adjusted, no matter whatever it is. But the main point, the main factor which is important is fun in education. Okay, that is interest in particular subject, particular topic that you're reading, right? So another disadvantage which we come across in this particular chapter is the computer teacher developed faults, right? So although it had infinite knowledge related to all subjects, history, geography, everything, all the subject in one teacher, but you've seen one example where the history section got completely out, right? And then it needed to be rectified, right? So that is again another disadvantage which is not which does not happen with human teacher, right? Although human teachers may not have the knowledge is limited for human teachers, of course. Okay, but still this fault cannot happen, right? An entire section cannot go blank. Let's say, for example, I'm teaching you English, my grammar section cannot go completely blank when I'm teaching literature, right? So that is kind of funny. Right. So it had to be fixed by the county inspector. So both Tommy and Margie wondered at the book found by Tommy in the attic. So that book was found in the attic, right? They wondered at it as they read the books on the screen of the computer teacher. So how was their school like? They were sitting in their home and in front of a mechanical teacher, right? And there was a slot where Margie used to put the homework, and the teacher evaluated it just at once, taking no time at all, right? So Margie, and of course the screen was moving, it was not fixed, just as we have books. In printed books we have the letters fixed, right? But in their screens it was always moving, right? So she disliked that mechanical teaching and learning. Of course it is very important, encouragement is very important, motivation is very important, the all round development of a child is very very important. It's not just the topic and gaining 100% knowledge about that. You will not be able to gain 100% knowledge if you are not finding any interest, right? So that is something which has been constantly harped upon in this particular chapter. She also wondered how much fun it would be studying in a school, studying in a fun way. That is very very important, guys. Studying in a fun way, so we give a lot of joy of learning. That is what was missing when we are talking about a mechanical teacher. We can definitely assume how learning would have been very mechanical, okay, which is opposite to the joy of learning, the motivation, the encouragement, the human touch that a human teacher can give, right? With other children, the togetherness, studying in isolation, guys, studying in isolation, although it is personalized. So, what is the impact of this personalization? You are isolated, right? So, you cannot have debate, discussion on a particular topic, right? When you study with other children, that is what is the benefit. Okay, your all-round personality develops. That is very, very important, right? So that has to be also given emphasis. It's not just understanding a concept in a personalized manner. Education is not the aim of education is much broader than that, right? So that is something which we need to keep in mind. With that, guys, we will be entering into the multiple choice question, and let's have the very first extract for that. He was a round little man with a face and a whole box of tools with dials and wires. Please read the extract very carefully along with me, only then you'll be able to answer the question that follows. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple, then took the teacher apart. Margie had hoped he wouldn't know how to put it together again. But he knew all right, and after an hour or so, there it was again. Large and black and ugly with a big screen on which all the lessons were shown and the questions were asked. That wasn't so bad. So even this part, was not that bad. What was worse was the part Margie hated the most was the slot where she had to put the homework and test papers. She always had to write them in a punch code. They made her learn when she was 6 years old, and the mechanical teacher calculated the marks in no time. So the moment she used to insert the homework paper in her slot, the mechanical teacher calculated her marks immediately. So that was the part that she hated. Now the question is, which of the following words or phrases is not similar to in meaning to be together? Which of the words or phrases does not mean to be together? Collect, assemble, join, or deconstruct. Come on, guys. Answers in the chat box, please. It is deconstruct. Collect, assemble, join. All of the three words mean to be together, and deconstruct is just the opposite. The next question is, which is not true according to the passage? The inspector was a friendly person. Margie hoped he would be incompetent. The inspector repaired the teacher exactly in 1 hour. The teacher calculated the marks immediately. Come on. What do you think? The inspector was a friendly person. Yes, he was smiling at Margie. He gave her an apple, etc. So that definitely talks about his being friendly. Margie hoped he would be incompetent. Incompetent means unable. Okay, unable to repair the teacher. So yes, she was hoping for that. Yes, that is also true. The inspector repaired the teacher exactly in 1 hour. No, 1 hour or so means approximately in 1 hour, which is not exactly in 1 hour. So this is not correct, right? Let's look at the last option. The teacher calculated the marks immediately. Yes, that is what she hated the most, right? So guys, C is the correct answer. Let's move to the 2-mark question. The first 2-mark question is, what things about the book did Margie find strange? The yellow wrinkled pages, the words of the books which were still, they did not move, okay? In her computer screen, the words used to move. So all these were very strange for her. So definitely this is talking about the difference between the printed books, very different from the telebooks that Margie used. Alright guys, let's move ahead with the 3 marks question. The first question for 3 marks is, why was Margie doing badly in geography and what did the county inspector do to help her? Very simple. She had been doing badly in geography because her mechanical teacher was very fast at displaying the questionnaire. The county inspector had to adjust. So see, this is showing the adverse impact or adverse effect of technology, or you can say too much dependence on technology, right? So if we are depending complete, or you say complete dependence on technology, or that also you can say, right? So if we are depending completely on technology, even for this small problem of adjusting in displaying the questionnaire, for that also, the tools need to be fixed. They had to, the teacher has to be taken to the county inspector. It's kind of funny, but if we actually think about it in a serious way, this can be the future, right? If this is the future, then definitely it is very, very dangerous, right? So the mechanical teacher speed was controlled inappropriately. So for that also, you need so you need so many people. So see, this is also kind of, talking about the adverse impact of complete dependence on technology. Technology should be used as an aid. It's not technology using you as an aid. It's just the opposite way around. We have created technology. It's not the other way around, right? The county inspector assured the overall pattern of Margie's progress was quite satisfactory. Now, the 5 marks question: what are the main features of mechanical teachers and the schoolrooms that Margie and Tommy have in the story? So, this is talking about this school and the teacher of the future generation. By future generation, I mean the story is definitely set in future. So, Tommy and Margie, right? So, mechanical teachers, no formal schooling, okay, personalized, completely personalized, isolated, no deprived of the joy of learning, together, right? Okay. And then they do not have such classrooms, as I told you, deprived of the joy of learning together. The study from telebooks, very, very mechanized mechanized process of education, which caused Margie dislike the whole process, right? She had a dislike for her teacher, okay? Mechanical teacher, okay? No, so deprived of the human touch as well, okay? So human touch missing. All right. So even the books, they did not require any books. It was just telebook, that is screens. On screens, everything was displayed. Homework was done in a different way. What she did was to punch them, and she learned the punch code when she was 6 years old. So, although it was technically advanced, okay, but these were the adverse impacts of this, right? So, please do use these, use these points as well to enrich your answer, and you can also conclude your answer by using the quote with which I began the story. All right, so that would be a befitting conclusion for your answer. Moving ahead, guys, I hope you people are enjoying the session. If you want to join us further and gain 100% knowledge and 100% marks, okay, what you can do is just visit the link in the description box and pinned comment. You have to you can get access to unlimited classes with fun and high level quizzes. That is something, as I told you, fun factor is very important. So joy of learning, that is what we provide you guys, and each class will have quiz questions, okay, of high level. So that will make the class very interactive, right? It's not as mechanical. I mean, it's not like Margie's school, of course. We give you, that human touch, that the motivating factor and everything, and of course the fun of studying together, because you can compete with the students throughout the world. So that is very, very essential, guys. Plus, even the replays are not mechanical like Margie's school, right? Even they are interactive, because every replay will have the quiz, live quiz, and also the leaderboard. And you can download the content with the help of the master teachers. I mean, the notes of the master teachers at the end of each session. Plus, you have class teachers in the class who are there to cater to your problems. So you can solve all your doubts live in the class. Many of the doubts are solved also through conversation. So that is something which is very, very, very super amazing, guys. And at the end of the session, you get assignment. We also conduct quality tests. So this will definitely make your revision very, very it will help in your revision, it will boost your confidence, right? You will understand the concept, you will have conceptual clarity, deeper understanding, no more piling up of your doubts. Plus you'll have micro courses and crash courses for free. Micro courses means chapter wise courses. Abhi mera bhi start hone wala hai micro course, so yes, you can join them. And chapter wise courses, if you have any problem related to any particular chapter, you can get into the micro course pertaining to that chapter, which is going to be very very fruitful for all of you. Crash courses also have been launched, okay, and we are there with you till the end, guys. So this has been extended 50% off. Yes, so I'll show you how exactly do you need to visit the link in the description box and use the coupon code. So just wait, guys, I'll just show you how to do that. Okay, so here you go, you can see over here, ये देखो इसमें जाना है, you have to just go to the link. Let me find out the link. Okay, Vedantu Pro course, you can see over here. Okay, then you just need to go to pro plan, select grade 9th, let's say. Okay, so after you go to the target, you will see all this. Okay, let me show you full screen. Okay, I hope this is visible. Online live classes, test series, assignments, assignment and study material, everything you are going to get, guys. Okay? And let's say you select this plan, right? So proceed to pay. You select on proceed to pay. You can see Vedantu CBSE Pro Lite 2000, right? Just enter the coupon code SWRPRO. If you apply this coupon code, you see 1000, just 50%, complete 50% off. That is something which is super amazing. And now I'll show you how you can go to the, okay, this was about YouTube, right? So this you have seen. Now I'll show you something related to our classes as well. Okay, so this is the class. Let's say this is the classroom. This is my class. Okay, I'll show you how, what else, what you can get from here. See, this is the class, and let's just play the replay. Okay, I'll just play it so you can watch over here. So this is me teaching. Okay, these are the quiz questions. Okay, and here you go. You can see over here, these are the quiz questions and doubt solving. You see, doubt statistics, total doubts asked, total doubts solved. All right, so this is 32 out of 32, all the doubts have been solved. And you can also get the notes. I'll show you how can you get the notes. Let's say that get notes. Okay, click on get notes, and here you are. You can see all the notes that you can get from here. Okay, even the handwritten notes also, right? So all of them you can download. So that is something which is super amazing, guys. So I would definitely recommend you to go through it, and do not miss out the 20% discount. Okay, guys, so let's now go back to our session, right? So you just need to visit the link in the description box, and you can see I've already shown you the price. Okay, 50%, complete 50% discount. That's what you're going to get. All right, so please don't miss out this wonderful opportunity, and we will be ending with the analysis of the chapter, which is very important. See, in the fun they had, the paper book that Tommy discovers in the attic functions is a foil for Margie to critique her own reality, right? So foil as in just opposite. So the book in which she gets to know, she gains the knowledge about the centuries ago how schools used to be, that is helping Margie to critique her own reality. Okay, she's criticizing her own reality, her own school. She is not liking her own school, right? Tommy tells the book is about school, but no more information is provided. The details of the book's content are notably absent from the text. Yes, in the text we do not find the book's, details about the book's content. But the narrator, what is the narrator emphasizing on here is the impact of the book on Margie. So rather than talking about the details of the book which Tommy has got, in the attic, Tommy has found in the attic, the emphasis is on the impact of the book on Margie, right? She's captivated by the images of the children learning and playing together in a common schoolroom building, and that is what is emphasizing at how the process of education should be, so that the children, they have that joy of learning. They learn with fun, right? They learn with interest, and the idea of human teachers giving standardized lessons, right? Margie longs for the life depicted in the pages of the book. Okay, and this longing creates the irony of the story, because readers today are living in the reality that Margie imagines. है ना? We know that the children do not see it as the utopia of Margie's dream. So we actually are living in the reality that Margie is imagining. We do have printed books. We do have, human teachers giving lectures, right? So that was Margie's imagination. But we readers, Asimov's readers, we are living in what Margie is imagining, right? So we do not see it as the utopia. Okay, we do not see utopia is something which is, which is the ideal. Okay, because it is the reality for us. For Margie, it is something which is utopian, which is utopian is something which is ideal, which cannot happen, perfect. Okay, but for us it is the real, right? Okay, so in writing in 1951, Asimov lived in a world without ebooks, but nowadays we are kind of living in a century. I mean, we are kind of living in a generation which is mixed. We do have a lot of technological advancements as well, right? But when Asimov was writing, it was not there. Neither we had ebooks, nor Kindle, nor audiobooks. The yellow and crinkly pages of an old paperback would have been the only option available to him. Few years ago, when we were students, we also did not have so many technological advancements. When I read this particular chapter, I was in grade 10th. Okay, when I read this particular chapter, at that time, it was very much relatable. It was very much relatable because we did have yellow and crinkly pages of book. We did not have all these technological advancements. Okay, so still he imagined technological advances, and that is quite true. In 2020, what Margie calls telebooks are, they have they have become a feature of everyday life. We do have telebooks now, right? In 2021 it should be, right? Education 2020, 2021, whatever it is, education is increasingly infiltrated by technology. Don't you think so, guys? And even more recently, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, right? Teachers, what are they doing? They are giving you online assignments. They are holding on screen, classes on screen, right? So with paper books still in print, however, we still have paper books. You still have textbooks, and I tell you to please go through the text also. Today's world is not yet Margie's. Yes, we are not completely in that futuristic world, but yes, as I told you, we are on the threshold. So it exists on the precipice. Okay. So another point is, yet for all the technological advancements, technological changes, what Asimov depicts is the social dynamics which do not change. For example, when we talk about the relationship, we have already done the character of Margie and Tommy in our video lectures. Please go through that as well. So when we are talking about their relation, they have a classic relation of an older and younger child. So that part remains unchanged. The social, interaction remains unchanged. The social dynamics remain unchanged. Tommy speaks knowingly, and a superior look in his eyes as he explains the fact of reality to Margie, and screams with laughter when he reveals his ignorance. This know-it-all dynamic apparently lasts for centuries. So this part remains in. This part you can also include in Tommy's character. And when you are dealing with Tommy's character, when you are either dealing with Margie's character or Tommy's character, you can also mention this point, that despite the technical, as a conclusion, this would serve as a very good conclusion for character sketches. Right? So please insert this. that despite he had shown technological changes, what he shows is there is no change in the social dynamics, right? So that would be very, very wonderful and a very unique kind of conclusion for your answers related to the character sketch. So with that, guys, we have ended the session. We are almost about to end the session. I hope this is helpful, and this was the one shot revision of the fun they had. I hope it is absolutely clear to all of you guys. And with that, I will be taking leave. Don't forget to hit the like button if you've enjoyed the session. Also hit the like button, share the video amongst your friends, and also comment. Okay, comment on how you enjoyed the session and if you have any doubts. Thank you guys. Till then, take care. Bye bye.